All right, so today we are talking about what I think is the most expensive accessory in the Apple ecosystem. This is the AirPod Max. Let's get right into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Desmond. I make videos about lifestyle, tech, and camera gear. And today we are talking about these. This is the AirPod Max, probably one of the most expensive pair of headphones I've ever purchased. But we're going to talk about why I got these, whether or not they are the right choice for you, and if they are worth that crazy price tag. So let's get right into it. First of all, let's just talk about the price tag. These right now cost $550 on the Apple website. The reason why I picked these up is you can actually get these for about $450 on Amazon or from third-party retailers, which still is quite expensive, but it made me pull the trigger and get a pair. All right, let's just start by taking a look at the entire package. So this is the AirPod Max in its travel case. It has a magnetic latching system, and when your AirPods are in this case, they go into a low power mode. One thing you should know about the AirPod Max is there is no off button. They stay on basically forever, and to get them into a low power mode, you throw them into this charging case. It is activated by the magnets in here. There are also third-party options available. I haven't gotten to that level yet. So I'll just walk you around the case. It's a pretty nice case. I think a lot of people just kind of hate the design because it's not very protective. You can see here that the AirPods are exposed. You do have access to the charging port though, which is really nice. And in my honest opinion, I actually love the color and how well it matches with the AirPods themselves. But overall build quality on this is mediocre for what you're paying for. And on the inside, you've got this really soft, nice suede. I'd say the only redeeming factor of this carrying case is this is the slimmest and smallest possible option on the market. Even with third-party options out there, this is the most low-profile way to carry your AirPods in a case. Like I said, not very protective, but there isn't a smaller version than this that still puts it into low power mode. Let's take these AirPods out. I'm gonna put the case down. All right, so here you go. Take a good look at these AirPods. Honestly, I love the look of these. These are obviously very over-engineered in my opinion, but it holds to the classic Apple design aesthetic. These are beautifully designed. The single piece of metal on both of the ear cups is gorgeous. You've got this really, really nice, almost entirely metal headband. So it's all metal on both sides. It is a rubberized finish on top. And then you've actually got this really cool like mesh weave. I actually thought that this would be a problem. It looks pretty thin and it doesn't look very durable, but these are actually really quite comfortable, especially compared to my older over-the-air headphones. So build quality, let's walk around this. Like I said, this is pretty classic Apple over-engineering. These are gorgeous. Like this whole piece right here is made entirely of aluminum. Both sides, all metal construction. These ear cups right here are really comfortable and they are removable. So you can actually remove the ear cups. They're magnetized, which is really nice. And you know how much I love a good set of magnets. And one of the other things you'll notice when you pick up a pair of these AirPod Maxes is the weight. They are substantial. Again, I think a lot of it is due in part to these machined aluminum sides, but they feel premium. You pay a hefty price tag, but they feel very, very nice compared to, say, my Sony MX100s, those older ones I've had in travel videos before. Those are made of plastic. They are light, but I would say build quality is nowhere near the AirPod Maxes. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of pieces here. This is a pretty simple design. You have the digital crown, similar to what you would find on an Apple Watch. You can turn it to adjust volume. You tap it twice to move the song forward. You tap it 3 times to go back. You can tap once to pause and play or answer phone calls. Super intuitive. Again, if you've ever owned an Apple Watch, that's what you're going to find here. And the only other button on the AirPod Max is this little switch here. This little button is what toggles between your transparency and your noise cancellation modes, which both perform incredibly well. The transparency mode is probably one of the most realistic transparency modes I've experienced, if that makes sense. It sounds like you're not wearing headphones. The audio being picked up in the mic sounds pretty natural, and I think it works great, especially when you're talking. It doesn't sound artificial, which is pretty important. And then the noise cancellation mode on these is great. I actually think these are some of the best sounding headphones I've ever had. Again, I don't know if it's really worth the price tag you're paying, but these are incredibly premium. They sound great. Everything works really well, and they're designed really well. And for me, I've been traveling a lot more, so I wanted to pick up a new pair of headphones that would be great for my long flights from the West Coast to the East Coast, back and forth. I'm all over the country now, and having a great pair of headphones like these to block out the noise on the airplane, that'll have good battery life, has been really important for me. And what I actually really love about these is the fit. What I enjoy about the fit is that they go completely over my ears. With my old Sony MX100s, you would still feel the pad around the outer edges of the ear. Wasn't really comfortable for super long flights. So these are actually really, really nice and comfortable. They do a good job of just staying on my head. None of the elements inside or around the ear cup touch my ear. So I think these will do really well for long flights. And like I said, this weaved headband up top, which I was worried about, is actually quite comfortable for long-term wear. So let's get into some of the details of this that I want to call out. Again, like I said, these magnetic cups, these are really nice, but if you get a good close look at this mesh inside is really, really nice and really high quality. I actually love the attention to detail, honestly, on these. But again, you would expect that for something that costs so much money. But the attention to detail on just the mesh and the way that these cups are weaved and the inside piece is impressive. I love the fact that you can take this off. I have heard issues about condensation building up inside the cups. I honestly think that's something that happens to all headphones if you wear them long enough, if you're sweating profusely in them, or some people probably like to wear this kind of stuff to the gym. I'm not a big gym over-the-ear headphone person, but I'm sure you'll find condensation. But I love that you can actually remove this ear cup and wipe it out. One thing that does drive me a little bit nuts about these headphones is when you take them out of the case, they are in this position. And man, the finish on these is gorgeous, but every time you take them out of the case, the edges rub together, and eventually over time, I think that's going to wear away at the sides. And personally, that drives me crazy. It's just a little OCD thing. I know these are incredibly sturdy, and that's not going to do anything to the performance of the AirPods, but they're so nice. And I just hate the idea of every time I take them out of the case, these two like knock together. Another thing I want to call out is the color of these AirPods. I think there are 5 different options. There's black, there's green, there's red, there's blue, and then there's the silver or whatever, the white looking color. This color has probably been my favorite. This is the sky blue, and in person it looks gorgeous. I love the finish on this, classic Apple matte, but the blue that runs along here is really, really nice. And again, you can tell that I love this tone of blue. This is also one of my favorite hoodies. This is something from Cuts Clothing, and this color blue is just so on point, and I love that these two pieces match because I tend to travel a lot in Cuts hoodies, and I think this is just an awesome look to be rolling through an airport with if I'm not going with my classic all black outfit. All right, so the question comes down to, are these worth it in 2022? It's really tough to say, and if you've ever seen any of my videos before, you know it is all about personal preference. For me, I was looking for a higher quality pair of over-the-ear headphones. I am big into the Apple ecosystem, and this particular color stood out to me. I am big on design aesthetic, and I love high quality premium materials. Would I have paid $550 for this plus tax? No, I would not have. $450 was probably pushing it, but again, it was something I've been looking at for a while, something I've wanted to test out, and maybe even something I wanted to review for the channel. So I decided to pick up a pair. I think for most people out there that don't care for the design aesthetic or the build quality, I would go with something cheaper that is just as good in sound quality and functionality and features. Sony makes a great pair of over-the-air noise canceling headphones. They always have, and I've been using my old pair of Sonys for north of 6 years. And even though they are made of plastic, they have held up across thousands and thousands of miles, different flights. I've thrown them in backpacks. So the build quality and the metal isn't gonna make a huge difference in longevity for headphones. Not the way I use them. So I've got plastic headphones that have lasted forever. But if you are someone like me who does care a lot about design aesthetic, who has a very particular taste in certain products, big fan of high quality materials, sure, try to pick up a pair for $450, $400. I've seen some go as low as that. I will caveat that these have been out for a couple years now. There's probably a new version of this on its way out in the next year or so. Is it worth it to wait? Depends. But I would say for me, I don't regret the purchase. I really love the way these feel. I love the way they look. They're going to be incredible for all of the traveling I'll be doing. And now, having experienced the AirPod Max, when a new version comes out, I'll probably sell these or give these away and pick up the next generation. Hopefully, that generation comes with a better version of the carrying case. I know a lot of people don't like this at all. I just really like the color, and again, they're the most minimal way to carry your AirPods without just throwing them in your backpack. All right, that is my review of the AirPod Max in 2022. If you like this video, hit that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel. We are growing. Thank you so much. I will catch y'all in the next one.